So Vegas, Fox Bet, FanDuel, they don't care about anything other than making money. That's what they do, right? They don't have favorites or non-favorites. So they came out with their over-under win totals. This is the prediction, how many games, and you, as a consumer, have to bet above or below the win total. So they have some teams predictably at the top. The Buccaneers and the Chiefs. Chiefs 12.5, Buccaneers 11.5, Bills 10.5, Packers and Aaron Rodgers 8.5, Rams, Stafford, teams you'd get. But if you look at the best rosters in the NFL, in my opinion and many others, Tampa's the best, Kansas City second. I'd put Cleveland third. I'd make an argument Cleveland's third, especially if they sign Jadeveon Clowney tomorrow, which is expected. Best offensive line, best running back tandem, great tight end wide receiver, major upgrade in the secondary, Troy Hill and John Johnson II. That was their weakness. They've drafted that position but had injuries. Denzel Ward and LSU safety they drafted last year, really good. Best safety got hurt. They're loaded. They are loaded. And they have a competent head coach. But I think the win totals that interest me are 9.5. So if you look at the teams they put at 9.5. Cleveland's at 9.5 with that roster, with the best offensive line, the best running back tandem, a competent head coach, a more than competent front office, major upgrades, the best edge rusher in football, Myles Garrett. So they're the same number over and under as Dallas, which is awful defensively, as the Colts, who essentially are bringing in a new quarterback off a horrible year, as the Chargers with a rookie head coach off a losing season, off the Patriots, Cam Newton, a one-year deal now, and let's be honest, they have no skill people. Look at the teams they're bunched with. Like, what?
And with an extra game?
9.5. What that's telling you is Fox Bet and Vegas don't trust Baker Mayfield. That's what it's telling you. If you have that roster and you're at 9.5 wins, and you are stacked. I mean, their big issue was secondary. They went and did a great job to get the Rams signal caller of the back end, John Johnson, a Pro Bowl level, really good grown up, and they're 9.5. That is crazy. They're just telling you they don't trust Baker in big games. By the way, the schedule for Cleveland, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not that tough. They get Denver, the Raiders, the Bears, the Lions, and the Texans at home, and Arizona. It ain't that tough. They get Cincinnati twice. It ain't that tough. That is incredible to me. That is, I went and looked, I look at all these over and unders. I mean, think about this. The Denver Broncos are not even sure if they have the quarterback. In that division, they may have the fourth best coach and quarterback. They have them at 7.5 wins, and Cleveland at 9.5. I mean, hell, they have the Jets at 6.5.
Maybe it's a good bet.
Wow.
Or does that make you nervous?
I have Cleveland over 9.5. The two that jump out to me, I've got Cleveland over 9.5, and I'm sorry, but I got Dolphins over 8.5. They won 10 last year. Boy, they're selling stock on Tua. Yeah. They really are selling stock on Tua because the Dolphins had a good draft last year and good free agency, and they got a lot of draft picks this year. So, boy, they are. Fox Bet does not believe in Tua, and they don't believe in Baker. Wow, that is really interesting. So I'm reading stories now. They're coming out today that Mac Jones or the Niners, is it a lock or not? A lot of people think it's a mirage. They think it's a magic trick. They're trying to fool you. But then other people very close to the Shanahan family are saying it's Mac Jones. And so here's the thing. Whoever goes to San Francisco is I make my argument against Mac Jones. Whoever goes there will have success. The offensive line is an A+, top 3 in the league. Head coach, offensively, top 3 in the league. Running game, excellent. A tight end, A+. O-line, A+. Wide receivers, B+. I know they'll have success. And as I've said, 5 quarterbacks are going to get taken in the first round. Historically, 1, maybe 2 tops succeed. And my guess is Trevor Lawrence and whoever goes to San Francisco, including Mac Jones. So as I doubt Mac Jones, I know that for the first few years, I'll lose the argument. But I know long term, they're drafting a guy that has the same concerns of Jimmy Garoppolo, low ceiling, which is driving Kyle Shanahan nuts. And he's going to be in a division with Kyler Murray, higher ceiling. Matt Stafford, higher ceiling. Russell Wilson, higher ceiling. And after about 2 years, he's going to have a less athletic Kirk Cousins, and it'll drive him nuts. But for the first couple years, they will win games. And I've had sports arguments like this. People in Los Angeles would remember when Shaq and Kobe broke up. I said Lakers made the right move. They kept Kobe. He's more obsessed. He's a better practice player. His career will last longer. He's not falling apart. He's a better teammate. But I knew that Shaq going to Miami with Pat Riley and D. Wade would win for the first couple years. And they did. But eventually it was the right move. Kobe was the right player. But I talked to people inside the Laker organization. They're like, listen, we've sat down and thought about everything. Kobe's the first to practice and the last to leave. Kobe's in better shape. Kobe's more committed. Kobe's more obsessed. But Shaq's going to win initially. So you lose the argument for a couple years, but you know you're on the right side. RG3 Andrew Luck. I got nothing but crap for it. Because RG3 entered a Washington football team with Mike Shanahan and Kyle Shanahan in a great running game. So they asked RG3 to basically make one read, hand it off, throw on 3rd and 2. It was built to walk in and succeed. Andrew Luck was set, throw 500 times. Worst O-line in football, no run game or defense. Here's the playbook, figure it out. So I knew that Andrew Luck was going to have more losses, get hit more, but they were asking him to do more, and I knew he was the better quarterback of the two. But for a year, RG3 won Rookie of the Year. I lost the argument for a year, but I knew I was on the right side. So on the right side with Kobe, and I'm on the right side with Andrew Luck. Mac Jones will win. But when Trent Williams, maybe the best or second best left tackle, retires, when George Kittle in 2 more years breaks down, and you can't find equal replacements for those two Hall of Famers. Even if you found a good tight end and a good left tackle, they're not going to be Trent Williams and George Kittle. Are you going to find another Bosa? What happens when the offensive line breaks down? You whiff on a left tackle pick. And Mac Jones has to carry an offense against Kyler Murray, Matt Stafford, Russell Wilson. And you're watching that thing. Those guys can carry teams. Those guys can carry teams in moments throughout their career. So it's one of these, Mac's going to go to San Francisco if he does. He's going to succeed. He's going to have some success. But my takeaway is you're drafting what's driving you nuts. A competent distributor of the football with a low ceiling. And he gave up a ton of picks to do it if you do draft him. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.